welcome. I hope your weekend has been very nice, very awesome for you guys. Okay. All right. So this is Anissa, okay, one of your coach doing Sunday market update, weekly Sunday market update for today, for this evening. Okay, so I'm gonna start with sharing my screen. Before that, okay. Okay, before that, this is a disclaimer. Okay, the content provided is for educational purposes only and is not financial advice. Okay, it reflects the speaker's view at the time of publication and may not account for your individual risk tolerance, financial situation, or investment goals. Okay, keep that in mind. All right. Okay, so I'm going to change my screen into charts. Okay, I'm opening my charts. Okay, all right. So right now, I want to start with dollar Swiss. Okay, dollar Swiss, as you can see, this is currently M15 charts. Okay, so looking at daily chart is uptrend. H1 is uptrend. So M15, the probability that it's going to continue upwards is really, really good. Okay, so the outlook here is that in a shorter time frame, we look for the entry. Okay, as for now, you can see the purple line. Okay, I marked this a bit of chart pattern, a uh rising wedge. It is. Okay, so that is rising wedge. Okay, so for us to enter, okay, is when the price break out this chart pattern. Okay, it can be here or here. Okay, anywhere along this line it break out. Okay, you can wait for it to break out and then come and retest. Okay, or upon breakout also can. Okay, because if it's breakout, it just correct a little bit, so the risk is really small. Okay, so the height price projection that it will travel is the height of the base of the chart pattern. Okay, in this case, so it will be around this area. Okay, 0.81400. Okay, entry, I'm anticipating between 81353 to 81355. Okay, that will be my entry level. Okay, and then target is 81400, that is TP1. TP2 is 81420, and TP3 is 81456. Okay, so that being said, okay, support, I will take the previous support, which is 81287. So if the price close below 81287, then I will close the position. Okay, so the outlook on dollar Swissy is bullish. All right, so let's move to the next pair. Okay, next pair is dollar Kiwi. Hang on, let me look for it. Oh, we have Kiwi dollar. Sorry. Okay. There you go. Kiwi dollar here. Okay. This is Kiwi dollar. Let me, hang on. Let me clean up my chart. Okay, daily chart is recently is uptrend. Okay, intermediate trend is up as well. And short term is okay, short term is sort of exhaustion of the primary trend. Okay, so perhaps it has come down here quite significantly. There's no higher high. Okay, in fact, it can't beat, it make a lower high here. Okay, if this is your previous high, same high. Okay, so this is lower high. In terms of structure, okay, this is a hint. This high and this high because it doesn't make a new high. Okay, so this is the first hint that the trend is exhausting. Okay, so true enough, it turned back down. It came down. Okay, so it came down. Buyer tried to push the price up, but unable to make a new high. But instead, it made a lower high. Okay, so that I'll take it as the first signal for the bigger time frame to start changing direction. Okay, but since it could be a bit of temporary bullish, okay, but because all time frame are bullish, so we'll see. Okay, so now let's look for the entry. Okay, current price is 0.5884. Okay, and as you can see, the last two candles is close uh, in the bullish territory of the Bollinger Band, which is above the MA 200. This middle green line, okay, is the moving average 20. Okay, so it could continue upward. Okay, in terms of entry, perhaps, you can wait at the bottom of that candle, which is 0. Hang on, let me correct it. 0.58884. Okay, so that will be my entry. Okay, range. If I want to enter range, if let's say price come down and touch the mid BB as well, I'll still take it as an entry. Okay, or even if the price come down to the lower BB line. Okay, so this will be a safer entry. Okay, so this will be my safer entry. All right, so my first target would be the previous high here. You can take just the body or with the wick, inclusive the wick. Okay, if we take with the wick, it should be 0.58976. Okay, but I like to take the body. Okay, because that's where the real volume is. Okay, so my first TP would be 0.58949. Okay, so that would be my outlook on Kiwi. Okay, but because this is a lower high, okay, in terms of position sizing, if let's say usually I trade 0.05, this time I will trade only with 0.01. Okay, because it's quite risky here because it's in the middle and it's lower high. So the price could come down, and make a lower low. Okay, so you don't want to risk that much. Okay, unless if let's say the price, able to close outside the upper BB, this is upper BB. Okay, so if the price managed to close beyond that upper BB, then yes, I'll just, enter additional position. Okay. All right. Okay. So that is my outlook on Kiwi dollar. Okay. Next, let's have a look at pound dollar. Sorry, I have here. Okay. This is my pound dollar. Okay. Let's have a look at daily chart. Okay, there you go. Daily chart is currently making an uptrend, but overall it is in a sideway. Look at that. Okay, hang on. Let me add a bit of. Okay, it moved within the range. Okay, but this is uptrend. Okay, it has accelerated a little bit. Okay, so I still confident to go long. Okay, so this is daily. Okay, intermediate wise, I would say, hang on, I need to change back to daily. Okay, I'm gonna delete the box first. Okay, so that we'll be able to see clearer. Okay, and then switch back to H1. Okay, there you go. Okay, there's another sideway here. Okay, and price broke out the rectangle somewhere in 14 August. Okay, so it looks like it has tested here. Okay, in this case, I don't mind to enter market, or I wait for a bit of some more retracement. Okay, at 1.35249, or enter market 1.35324. Okay, and we are going long. Okay, we are going long. Okay, it has the uptrend has picked up more momentum. You see, because the trend line become steeper and steeper. Okay, so we've got our entry price, and then your first TP is previous high, and then your second TP is the upper BB line. Okay, which is 1.35627. Okay, TP1 1.35532. Okay, and TP2 1.35627. Okay, so that's what I do. Okay, if let's say the price fall and come back into the rectangle, fall back into the rectangle, and close below the mid VB or the MA20, okay, that will be my stop loss. Okay, because this is my entry. Okay, so this is second entry if you want to enter market, because this is the last price, right? Okay, so my stop loss is here, mid BB. Okay, come to mid BB or close below mid BB. So, that will be the risk that I'm willing to take. Okay, so my target area my anticipation is that the price will go upwards. Okay, we continue trending upwards because there's no signal that there's no sign that the trend is likely to reverse immediately soon. Okay, so entry market or 1.35249. Okay, first TP 1.35532 and TP2 1.35627 with stop loss at below 1.35221. Okay, so that's my outlook on pound dollar. Okay, let's look at our next pair. Okay, our next pair is actually Aussie dollar. Okay, let's look at the daily chart first. Okay, daily chart. Ooh, there's a huge chart pattern here. Okay, I can see this is the right shoulder, this is head, and the left shoulder in the making. Sorry, this is left shoulder, the head, and the right shoulder. Okay, so this is pattern head and shoulder in the making. Hey, sorry, wrong line. Okay, I wanted to take this. Okay, so this is left shoulder, the head, and the right shoulder in the making. So highly likely this price will be coming down. Okay, so this is, we found this pattern in daily chart. Okay, so it's going to take a lot of days for it to reach all the way here. Right, so let's look at the intermediate trend. Okay, intermediate trend is uptrend. Okay, it's bullish currently with a really steep trend line. There you go, really steep, right? Okay, who knows healthy trend line is best considered at what degree? At what degrees? Who knows? Oh dear, sorry. I've been talking without sharing the screen. Oh my God. Okay, so here it is. Okay, again, let me repeat the question. Okay, so you can see my chart now. This is the first trend line. The second, it goes steeper. And the third one, this one, okay, it went even steeper. More steeper. Okay, now what is the healthy degrees for a trend line? Who would like to try? Type in the chat box. Okay, okay, okay. I'll give A, B, C, yeah? With high slope. Okay, A is 25 degree, B is 45 degree, and C is 70 degrees. Okay, which one is the best? DA says 45, 70, C, B, B. Okay, you are right. Those who select B as your answer or 45 degrees is the correct answer. Okay, the healthiest trend line, okay, should move in 45 degrees. Okay, anything more than 45 degrees is steeper. Okay, it could come down just as fast, just as steep as that trend. Okay, but we don't want something that is too linear because then the trend moving too slow, meaning there's not enough momentum, very small buyers and all that. Okay? All right, well done. Yes. Where can we learn or educated on trend line? I tell you what, why not you request from ATW, okay, for a workshop for trend line with Anis. Tell ATW you want that, then I can teach you. Okay, all right, so moving on. Okay, let's look at the next pair. Okay, for the previous chart that we missed, okay, dollar Swissy, okay, let me repeat that again. Entry price is 0.81355. Okay, first TP is 0.81400, TP2 0.81420, and TP3 0.81456. Okay, stop loss if the price fall below 0.81287. Okay, so this is the rising wedge chart pattern that I detected. Okay, it is not complete yet, so it is a rising wedge in the making. So I anticipate it will take few more bars. Okay, so this is M15 chart, yeah. So a few more bars of M15 chart before it breaks out above. Okay, I anticipate that this trend will continue uptrend. Okay, so that's the dollar Swiss and 15 outlook. Okay, then after that, I covered Kiwi dollar. Yep. Okay, Kiwi dollar. Okay, my level of entry would be between 0.58879, okay, or enter market. Okay, so the current price, the last price is 0.58884. Okay, my first target is the previous peak, which is 0.58949. Okay, if let's say you decide you want to go short instead, okay, I will enter once if the price close below 0.58877. Okay, so my first TP is the lower BB, which is 0.58831. Okay, and then the previous lower than that is 0.58800. Okay, so this is TP1, this is TP2 if you decide to short. Okay, so if you decide to long, price need to stay in the bullish Bollinger Band area here. Okay, so that's my outlook on Kiwi dollar. Okay, after that, I covered just now the pound dollar. Oh, this is Aussie dollar. Okay, so looking at Aussie dollar, okay, this is H1. Okay, so H1 is making sort of higher high structure. Okay, high, high, high. Okay, and this high beat this previous high, significant high, and then beat this significant high as well. Okay, so I wouldn't mind to go long, but with very, very small position. Okay, because this is already very, very steep. Okay, so it could just come down and flash down back to where it began, which is 0.70559. Okay, currently it is testing a previous support here. Okay, 70799. Sorry, 0.70801. Okay, so this is the support. We're testing it at the moment. Okay, so we want it to continue upward. Okay, so in this case, I would enter, a safer entry is to wait for the price to come back and towards the MA20 or the mid BB. Okay, so this is a safer entry, or I'll just entry market but with small target. Okay, so my target will be the top BB line. Okay, so that's the outlook for Aussie dollar H1. So that, let me mark that resistance first, okay, because this is intermediate trend chart we're looking at. Okay, so our entry is best here, M15, okay, because it's more refined, more zoom in. Okay, so as we can see, okay, it currently testing the sitting right on the trend line. Okay, when it sits on the trend line, okay, so that's a good point because it should rebound immediately. So that's why you can, enter market or wait for the price to close into the bullish band area. Okay, what is bullish band area? Okay, it's the area between the mid BB, this middle line. Okay, this is mid BB or moving average 20. Okay, so the line above MA20 is the upper BB line. Okay, and the line below the mid BB is the lower BB line. Okay, so if the price remain below MA20, it means that the price is in the bearish area. Okay, if the price remain above the mid BB or the MA20, okay, they are in the bullish area. So that's why it's continue to go trending up. Okay, now currently the price is testing support, but in between bullish and bearish. Okay, so that's why it is very, very tight position. Okay, you're going to trade with small, really, really small position. Okay, or you can go short. Okay, if you want to enter short, you can enter market with your target price of the lower BB line or 0.70776. Okay, if you want to go short, yeah. Okay, so if you want to go long, okay, your entry should be anything that is above 0.70826. Okay, with the first TP of the upper band line, which is 0.70868, or TP2 is the previous peak, which is 0.70919. Okay, so my outlook on Aussie dollar is bullish. Okay, but cautiously bullish, I would say. Let me correct myself. Okay, cautiously bullish. Okay, I'll go long with really, really small position size. Okay. All right, moving on to our next pair. Is pound dollar. Oh, we covered pound dollar already. Okay, pound dollar earlier on. My entry would be, this is market entry, last price 1.35324. Okay, so 1.35221 is my stop loss. Okay, another safer entry is 1.35249. Okay, and the first TP is 1.35532, TP2 1.35627. Okay, all right. So next pair. Okay, not next pair. I want to cover I want us to look at the index a little bit. Okay, here you go, S&P 500. Okay, let me uh, correct the chart a little bit. Okay. Okay, better, right? All right. Okay, so let's look at daily chart first. Okay, in term of trend, this is obviously a really, really good uptrend. Okay, why I said really, really good? Okay, so this is one good trend. Okay, and then it has a bit of correction. It's taken a breather and it just make a new move. Okay, so highly likely this uptrend will continue. Okay, so overall it's a uptrend. So this is daily chart, okay, as a primary trend. As for the intermediate trend, okay, it is still uptrend, okay, but with really, really small candle body at the top. Okay, so I would say cautiously bullish. Okay. Addition to that, why I said cautiously bullish, okay, because price has closed below the mid BB, beyond the lower mid BB. Okay, and it still lingers around this area. Okay, so for S&P 500, okay, I obviously would prefer to go short, okay, rather than taking a risk of going long. Okay, reason being because price is obviously, this is a really strong sell momentum. Look at how long the body is. Okay, that is a really, 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 really huge momentum. Okay, when the candle close outside band, it shows that the volatility is really, really strong, that it pushes the candle outside the band. Okay, so for that, I am more confident to go short. Okay, so my entry would be around 7794. That will be around here. Sorry, 7792. Okay, 7792.94. Okay, also 72.9. Okay, that will do. That will be my entry for short. Okay, again, let me repeat. For S&P 500, okay, I want to go short. Okay, so this is H1, M15. Okay, so for going short, your first TP would be, okay, your first TP would be 777,779.4. Okay, so that your first TP. 7792 is your entry. Okay, and your stop loss is previous high, which is 7806.8. Okay, so that would be my stop loss. Okay, I know as you can see, it is basically one to one because this is your entry. Okay, you wait for the price to come back here and then enter to go short. Okay, and then your stop loss. So this stop loss, the distance is your risk. Okay, and then distance from entry to your target is your reward. So you can see it is almost one to one. Okay, 1 point something. So it's one to one. Okay. All right, so that is the outlook for S&P 500 on 15-minute charts. Okay, so it formed a little bit of a chart pattern here. This is rising wedge in the making. About the same. Okay, so the price would likely to come to the entry of 7792. Okay, to test before continue downwards. Okay, so that is the S&P 500. Okay, next that I want to share is where is dollar yen? Okay, here it is. Dollar yen, dollar yen. Okay, so that's dollar yen. Let me just quickly change the background first. Oh, sorry, no grid. Okay, I don't want any grid. So bar up is Dodger blue, bar down is red, bull candle is blue, bear candle is red, lime volume greens. Okay, us line is orange. Oh, gold. Okay, so and then I will insert the. Sorry, excuse me. Something in my eyes. Okay, so I will insert Bollinger Band. Okay, so you go to the top menu, insert indicators. You go to trend and then select Bollinger Bands. Okay, and then this menu will pop up. Okay, you do not change anything. Period, shift, derivation. Okay, do not change anything there. Okay, but what you can change is the color, the style. Okay, so you can pick any color, and I pick teal, and then you click OK. There you go. Okay, as for now, daily trend. Okay, daily trend looks like, buyer is trying to push the price up. Okay, buyer tries to push the price up. Okay, next, what we want to see, let's draw a trend line. Okay, the trend has picked up more steam. Okay, so entry price, okay. This looks like a bit of flag chart pattern. Okay, how do you use flag chart pattern in the making? For projection, okay, basically we measure the height of the pole. Okay, and then you project from the point of breakout. Okay, so the target price, they could be traveling all the way to 161.286. That is your TP1. Okay, and TP2 is the previous peak, which is 163.804. Okay, what happened if the price fall? Okay, if the price fall, then my stop loss would be 158.626, 158.626. Okay, so that would be my stop loss. I'm not going to use the lower BB line as my stop loss because it's way too far. Okay, so in terms of risk, I'm comfortable with this, risking one to make one. Okay, sorry, you risk one to make four actually, because this is 161.286 is your target TP1 and 163.804 is your TP2. Okay, so your entry is somewhere nearby here, 159.676. Okay, all right, so that is dollar yen outlook for today. Okay, so who wants to see gold chart? Say gold in the chat box. Kelly, okay, everybody love trading gold now, right? Okay, all right. Let's look at gold. Okay, so let's look at the daily chart. Okay, primary trend is down, okay, with a bit of bottom here and started to move out of this range box. Okay, it has moved out and now turning back. Okay, now in this case, okay, I would wait either to enter. Hang on, because this is the primary trend. Okay, we're looking at bottom just come up from the bottom. Okay, now the intermediate trend is up. Okay, a broken from the top rectangle here. Okay, Now, let's look at M15 charts. Okay, so as for gold, okay, this was a triple top. Okay, it has broken down. Okay, almost touches the TP. Okay, but overall it is still in an uptrend. There you go. Okay, it is testing currently the support level. The last three candle has been testing the uptrend line. Okay, so I would want to go for long. So in order to do that, okay, so my first entry is when the price come to the lower BB, because that's the safest entry, or you can just enter at the last price done, which is for 376.33. Okay, or if the price travel to mid BB, which is 437.68. Okay, so those are my entry zone or entry area. Okay, so my first target would be 4393.93. Okay, and then my stop loss will be the lower BB line, which is 469.33. Okay, so the bottom red line is my stop loss. The middle red line, 4378.68, is my entry. Okay, and sorry, that is correct. That is my entry. Okay, so my first target is 4393.93. Okay, so that is my outlook on the gold. It is bullish currently. Okay, so we'll see. Well, that's all the time we have today. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for your time. Okay, so all the best for you. You have a great weekend and have a really, really